X certainly gave it to me. Fast X. This is coming from someone who has never seen a Fast film before. I had avoided the franchise in the past because it was like a cult with cars and family. I didn't get it, but now I see the light. With it being $1 billion franchise, I felt like I had to give it a chance. So I'd never seen any of the Fast films before, and I heard that Fast 9 was a bit of a queef, so I skipped that one as well. I want to talk about Aquaman for a second. Jason Momoa was fantastic in this movie. He was a scene stealer. He kind of came off a bit like the Joker and just wanting to watch the world burn. You want to control the world, I just want to punish it. He comes off as this orchestrator of madness and has a gleeful way about him as he's blowing shit up everywhere. He's got a very flamboyant look and way about him. He's wearing a purple scrunchie in one of the race scenes, and in the next scene, he's wearing 2 pink scrunchies and a pink bathrobe. It could come off as really corny, but Momoa plays it so well that you believe it. You want to know who I love? John motherfucking Cena. I used to love hating him in the WWE, and he really won me over as Peacemaker. This may be the best attitude adjustment Cena has ever given. Cena also shows that having the coolest car isn't always the best. Sometimes it's the one you worked on the most or have the fondest memories of as a kid, even if other people think the car is a piece of shit. Brie Larson seems to be playing Brie Larson. It felt like Captain Marvel wandered onto the set of Fast X. No shade to her, but I feel like her performance is the same in every movie I see her in lately. The stunts in this film are epic. I know a lot of the sequences are littered with CG, but the ones in which they use practical stunts, those really shine. An example of a practical stunt that is shown in the trailer is where Michelle Rodriguez's character is riding her motorcycle in Rome, and she goes over a fallen lamppost, and it just looks epic. Fucking cool. Girl power. Critics seem to be taking a massive shit on Fast X in the same way that they did Super Mario Bros. The audience score for both films is much higher, which shows that critics and audiences are often looking for different things in a movie. Both Fast X and Mario are just good old-fashioned fun at the movies. We aren't looking for Oscars in every single movie we see. Sometimes we just want to have fun and be entertained. Fast X succeeds at what it's going for and knows what its audience wants. So I feel like I'm coming to this franchise with none of the baggage that a lot of people who are Fast fans have experienced. It's kind of like when someone gets out of a decades-long marriage and starts dating someone new. I'm that person who is seeing the result of years of hard work without having put in the time to appreciate the journey that Fast has taken. So while I was able to come in with fresh eyes, I understand that I'm missing out on a lot of nuances that die-hard Fast fans will appreciate. So like the necklace, that didn't mean a whole lot to me, but I'm sure it meant tons to a lot of people. The sound design in this movie is insane as well. Everything from the gunshots to the cars to the explosions, it all worked. And the soundtrack did a really good job to elevate the film as well. The editing on this movie is nuts. So a lot of times people don't appreciate editing. It's one of those things you don't really notice in films all that often if you're not paying attention to it. And if you don't notice it, the editor has done their job. But this movie has such fast-paced editing and is so well done. There's some themes in here as well, like no one starts at the finish line, which Dom says, and there's a greater theme of passing on the legacy to the next generation. There's also many references in here to having faith, and Dom sometimes sounds like a grumpy old man. That's the problem nowadays, nobody listens. With the number of stars in this movie, not all groups are given the same love. I felt like the Tyrese Ludacris crew were the weak link in the chain, kind of a boner killer. There's also a bit of a swerve in this film that doesn't quite make sense, and it's not because I haven't seen the other Fast films, it's because it contradicts itself in its own movie. All of us have gaps in our catalog of movies watched. There's just far too much content to see everything. And as I've gotten older, I've become much more selective about the films that I choose to watch, and I had written off the Fast films as simply not for me. I think one of the lessons that I've learned over the years as a film fan is to simply give things a chance. So what changed for me with Fast X, a franchise that I had previously had zero interest in? Two things: the fact that F7 made $1.5 billion at the box office and F8 made 1.2 billies. I had to see what all the fuss was about. The second thing that won me over was the trailer. The action, the set pieces, the cast, all of it worked really well to make me want to go see this film because it just looked like fun, and it was. The film clocks in at 2 hours and 21 minutes, felt like it was a little bit long, and they maybe could have cut out some of the Tyrese and Ludacris stoof. That probably would have pissed off diehards, but me, I wouldn't have cared. Maybe they'll play a bigger role in the sequel to this film. Not sure if they've decided on doing 1 or 2 more, but Vin Diesel was teasing that they were actually going to do 2 more films. Again, no spoilers, but this film does end on a cliffhanger. It reminded me of the Fellowship of the Ring, in which Frodo and Sam walk off into the distance. This had even more of a cliffhanger than that. Just to let you know, there is a mid-credit scene, no post-credit scene, so hang around for the mid-credit scene. And if you haven't been spoiled on that one yet, good on ya, because that shit is going around like wildfire. So yeah, just hang for the extra 45 seconds because this scene really sets up what's going to happen in the next movie. So who is Fast X for? Fast X is obviously for car junkies and movie buffs, but it hits a wider range of audiences as well. If you are someone who doesn't take yourself too seriously and likes to go to the movies just to have a fun time, you will really enjoy this movie. If you can suspend your disbelief for 2.5 hours, you'll be good. Because there's some shit in this movie that is just so ridiculous and could never happen in real life. However, if you are someone who gets hung up on realism and accuracy in movies, this may not be the film for you. I think this may be a redemption for the queef that was Fast 9. If you are someone who is brand new to the Fast franchise and this is your first Fast film, you'll be okay. You don't need to have seen the other 9 Fast films to understand this one. I think it's actually a great entry point if you've been sitting on the sidelines. Let me know what you thought of Fast X. If you're feeling sexy, my friend, hit that subscribe button, and if you want to check out a hot fart, watch my review of Kandahar here, and I will catch you in the next one.